our magic. Okay, one guitar to rule them all, or 10 guitars for a show, because that's how we roll. You decide. We'll just banter about it. Hey, it's me, Baxter.
And Jonathan.
Here at Casino Guitars. Alas, one more time. Thanks for joining us. Click like, subscribe.
Hit the old bell.
If you so find the desire to.
No, it doesn't matter. Do it anyway.
We would really appreciate it.
Just do it.
So, this comes up a lot.
Yes.
You know, it's like, for the gigging musician, like, or this person playing shows, playing at church, playing the open mic, playing at the blues jam. Should I bring my whole collection of guitars down?
Of course.
Or just play my Stratocaster,
Or any other Swiss Army knife of a guitar.
which is the Stratocaster.
Yeah.
That's another. That's a whole other conversation.
However you want to feel.
I'm not, that's not even my Swiss Army all the time. My Stratocaster has become so specialized.
Yeah.
It's like I'm playing the Strat sound now. I don't know. It's tricky.
I mean, my hot take right here at the beginning is I've decided in my old grumpy age that pretty much any guitar can be your Swiss Army knife guitar.
I've decided the same thing. That's really funny. I was thinking about, like, you could have a P90, you could have a 2 humbucker.
There's so many good guitars that like they all do their one like out there thing great, but in the middle center section of what we need for like 85% of things, they all can do an okay
Well,
job.
and then you look, if you're performing for an audience, most of the audience could care 2 bits about what you're playing.
Zero.
Like 98% of the audience has no idea.
I cannot believe he used humbuckers there. It was so muddy.
Well,
Whoa, my God.
when the volume changes your guitar sound dramatically, you're playing a P90 again, like, just turn that volume down to about 6. Different guitar.
Well, you know what I mean?
Change the tone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
But that's a whole other story. So, like, I tend to be like sort of a Swiss Army knife guitar guy back in my older days. Like, I play one guitar for the whole show.
Right.
Now that I'm an older dude, it's fun for me to play different guitars.
Yep.
So I do it more just for my personal pleasure.
Well,
It doesn't service the song necessarily the way I do it.
Right.
It might.
I will say some guys do service the song for it. Like they're very good at like, oh, this is a humbucker.
I mean,
some guys are very good.
When even the last thing I just did at Sunrise, like, I did purposely, like, I had, like, start off with a humbucker set of like 2 songs, switched to 2 songs of single coils, so it's very stratty sounding songs, and I did 2 sort of /3 in a baritone.
Yeah.
And that was sort of like the set.
Obviously
And, like,
right.
It was framed out that way to be sort of like Jimi Hendrix stratty sounding stuff, and then sort of more digging humbuckery things in the beginning. And
I will say, as like a young guitar player, I thought it was cool to go to concerts and see like the tech like bring the guitar out. And,
That is cool,
I mean,
right?
that is cool, right? But if you got to do it yourself, you got to turn around and do it. It's not as cool.
it's like getting a valet.
it is
feel
like
fancy.
getting a
It's like it's a guitar valet. Is your guitar tech, like when he brings the guitar and puts it on your shoulders for you. Oh,
So like I will tend to bring multiple guitars and then still only play one guitar because I'm bringing them more from like I break strings sometimes. So some nights I will go through 2 guitars because I'll break strings. But if I don't break a string, it's rare that I change.
and let's say you break a string like in the first set of what you're doing, and then you switch to second guitar. Do you restring that other guitar just for it become the backup for the
Hardly
second
ever.
set?
Well,
Or you just hope to make it.
if those were the only 2.
Okay, you have more than 2.
So, well, I've got a dual case and a regular case. And so sometimes I'll throw in, I'll have, if it's a long, say if it's a 3-hour thing. Yeah. Well, and it also depends on if I just put fresh strings on. I'm happy with 2, and I won't restring, but I'll hardly ever break a string that way. It's when I know I've played a show or 2 and I'm pretty sure I'm going to break a string. I'll bring the 3 guitars,
Now, if you were going to choose a Swiss Army knife guitar, what's your guitar? We said it doesn't really matter, but if you had to choose one.
The 335 is so easy to do everything on. I feel like. But I can do everything I feel just as comfortable on my Telecaster.
I'll still go with the Strat, I think.
I could just as easily. You'd be like, oh, my Strat.
Just so I
to
can get
me,
that Hendrix whirl if I need it.
that's true. I see that. I can see, I mean, I don't know. The Strat is like maybe that much behind the Tele for me. But it's just because it has nothing to do except familiarity, right? Like I just had a Telecaster that's been my go-to guitar for 20 years. You know, that's all.
Because right now you're set. You have the 335, you have the Falcon, you have a Tele and a Strat.
Yes.
And then you have the acoustic.
Right.
So you have a 5 guitar sort of setup. You take all those with you when you travel?
Heck no. Oh, no. Well, no, if I fly, I take one guitar. I take a Tele. And that's
So the Tele is your go-to. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, well, and part of that, I would fly with the 335 if I didn't feel like it was susceptible to like breaking in half.
Yeah,
but it is. So I fly with a Tele because it's indestructible and I can do pretty much everything I need.
And it looks cool.
And it looks very cool.
It sounds
because it's sparkly and it's red.
It's hard to beat a Fender Tele.
It is.
I'll take my Strat still, but
I mean, like if you so let's say you got a Strat and you're doing one show, is there anything you feel like, oh man, I just can't do this?
not really. I mean, honestly, I mean the main reason I switch, is just for my own pleasure.
That's why I picked what I'm going to play that night. Because like what I feel like, it would make me happy to play a Strat tonight. I will say, like, you know, there's something the 335 or any really humbucker thing with the like gooey sustain.
Yes.
Can't quite get there, but really,
No, 100%.
the Swiss knife is my pedal board.
Yeah, I mean that's what equalizes all of your gear. Like you can compress and you can put some more drives on it.
I could see changing guitars more. Honestly, I'm sort of surprised you don't do it more because you're more straight into the amp. So like if you know it's 1962 and it's just you into a Marshall, I understand.
I'm more like a one woman type of man. Like Jonathan's more of a swinger. He's like all over the place.
Drop the keys in the bowl.
That's how he lives his life. Whatever guitar and pedals I end up with, I don't care. Make this happen. I'm just like, I just love this lady.
Just made sure that this will inevitably be a video my wife watches. She'll be like, gosh,
darn it.
Why do you say? She only watches it when we say
horrible things.
Like about, you know,
that
could come back on her somehow.
I'm going to reach out to her and make sure she watches this video. I always tell you should see the video. He says some really nice things about you.
I cannot believe.
Fish in the bowl.
At it again.
Gosh darn it. Not fish.
How would he know that? How would he know people do that?
Because like the party we went to last week. You know, obviously. Duh. We're getting divorced.
Okay, that's fine. That's
no, it's. I mean, sometimes it is a bit of an ego machine trip. You know, like that's.
Do you think when people change, it's driven by this like Instagram culture of like, look at all my? Because you know, it is. I'll admit, right? When I have the stuff on stage, even when I don't play it, I'm like, yeah, 2 custom shops in my.
I look cool,
badass. It is cool.
It is Tom Coolery in a weird way. So yeah, there's part of that. I think the society has changed a bit. Like we're judged by our gear. We think, you know, so we want to flex it and show it a little bit, even though we're not really. I don't think just certain folks might do that, but
I will say I've had multiple situations. Some by guitar people, some by just totally not guitar people, who saw a guitar on the stainless stage and they're like, oh, that's like the not guitar people, like, wow, that's really pretty. Will you play that one? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll play that next set.
Okay.
And then I was somewhere where I had I had a Strat, and obviously I was not playing the Strat. They're like, can you play the Strat next set? We'd really like to see the Strat. And I was like,
that's funny.
I'll play the Strat next set, no problem.
That's awesome.
Because it matters not to me. I'm not changing anything. I mean, you know.
I mean, it's going to sound slightly different than what
slightly different,
but it's still the Strat is like the magic instrument and can do everything well. So you switch over to the Strat.
It's true. My Strat is getting its little frets touched up right now. So I'm missing it. I'm excited to. Yeah, Mr. Day. I'm excited to have it back.
So I think whatever you choose to do, just do it for the right reasons. Like if you're, you know, if someone might be utilitarian, like I can only afford one guitar. That was me for a long time.
Me too.
Like I had one guitar, then I eventually had enough money to afford a backup, and I thought I was like, you know, Eric Clapton and Rolls Royce.
That isn't it funny? Like I mean, obviously we've got cool guitars now, and you know, multiple cool guitars. But that moment of joy when I was like able to get a decent backup really sticks out in my brain because I had literally one guitar and I was gigging, and I remember. Wow. Yeah, it was a $500 Strat was my backup. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
I remember buying my black Tele that now sits at the teaching studio and James likes to use a lot. And it was the American Standard Tele.
It's a good guitar.
Early 2000s.
I used it to teach the other day.
Yeah, it's a good guitar. James like, it's my favorite. I'm like, that's weird. Cool. It's just a Tele.
But it does a really good Tele.
It's lived. It's all right. But it was neat when I got it. I remember it buying it in the Village in West Village over there in Manhattan years ago. God, 20 plus years ago.
Isn't that funny?
That's 20 years ago. Yeah, probably about 20 years ago now. Jeez, is it 2023?
I don't have any guitars that I've had that long.
That's disturbing.
I know. I'm a guitar slut.
You are. Yeah, he's in the fishbowl.
Trade, swapping, swinging.
I don't know if it's a fishbowl. I just have fish. It's probably just a bowl, isn't it?
I guess.
Where you put the
I'm gonna
keys.
say I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
I like to imagine it's like a really decorative wicker basket.
I want some sort of like with a hard surface to make the noise when people.
I feel like it's not fair if you can like see in there.
Is how does it work? Do you pull out a key and that's who you end up with?
I guess.
That's awesome.
What key is it? It's your house key, your car key?
Is it
all together?
Is it like, are the husbands and wives mixed in there? Because you might get a husband by accident.
Yeah, that'd be it.
That's so surprised.
I mean, if that's your thing, that's cool.
That's it.
Yes, but
I just like to see Jonathan at that party. He's rolling his sleeves up. I'm here for kissing, but not everybody.
Where's Baxter Clement? Sir, I got your keys. Oh God. Okay. All right.
Oh Lord, I think we wrapped up the point of this thing. So it is really, it's your own journey. It's a fun journey too. I tend to be sort of loyal to a guitar for a while, but when it comes to showtime, it's fun to have a lot out there and just see what happens.
You are loyal. You pick one, and that's
I
what you
played
play
for a while.
Yeah.
I was doing a nickel part for a long time. I was doing a Fender custom shop for a long time. And I switch around. Like,
Yeah.
Who knows? Hunky dory. I just love playing guitars.
This is a fun one where I'll be interested to see what do you guys do in the comments. If you play a lot of shows, do you switch guitars? Is it because it's just fun? Is it because you feel like you have to?
I feel like a lot of times we say it's because we have to, but I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like, I have to have this $500 delay pedal. I have to. But I mean,
for the live stream, they got to be able to hear the difference in my Gretchen and my Telecaster.
Well,
both with Filtertrons.
Does it make more of a difference if you got multiple guitar players in your band?
Yeah, definitely.
Because like we were saying, trio, didn't really matter. I can play whatever. Cuts through. It's fine. Just
the same point, like it does, but I mean, you can still do the same guitars and the same amps, because everybody plays differently. It's going to sound different.
You can EQ everything different.
It matters on what parts you play.
The sound guy's going to screw it up anyway.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
matter.
all going to sound like a mid-range mush.
He's turning you both down, especially at church. So don't worry.
Yeah, you're off. You're not even in the monitors anymore. You're out. That's it. That's what they do. That's all I got. I'm going to go jump in the water because it's hot.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, we should go swimming later. We can do that.
Why don't we have a rooftop pool?
Talk to some folks about that soon. Get the rooftop pool put in there. I have a feeling it wouldn't work.
It would be nice.
It
would just splash.
I feel like I already have that with the leaky roof.
We could make a really redneck one. Like all we need is some old tarps.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
And just hang it up. That would be kind of awesome. Like black one, so it's scary to get.
We could make a pool in front of the shop with my truck and some tarps. Where we're just at pool. We're all sitting in the bed of my truck.
Yeah, we do a live stream.
We could do that.
Cool. I like this idea. Okay, good luck with your guitar selections. Swiss Army knife or multi-bonanzas of weapons.
Do it all.
Do it all with everything.
Have fun.
Peace be with thee.
Don't forget to bring 3 amps so you can run tri-stereo.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's probably not.
It is now. I'm leaving.
Wet, dry, wet, rig.
God bless America.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.